Hello and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Tank. I'm your host, Tyler Rains, and on this episode, as promised, it was a double feature this week. I'm joined by Steelheads captain James Hardie. So, James, it has been a little while since we've had you on the show last, and since then, you've accomplished some pretty incredible things. One of them being that you've been named co-captain of the Mississauga Steelheads, as well as breaking numerous franchise records. So, first off, welcome back. And I wanted to ask you, now that you got that announcement that you were going to be named co-captain. When did you find out about that? And what was your first reaction?
Yeah, I think I found out just after the trade deadline. I got a phone call from JR and we kind of just talked about it. And he said that, me and Charlie are both deserving candidates. We've been here for 5 years. And, I was really happy for both of us. Obviously, like he said, we've been here for 5 years. We've been best friends since we were 16 years old when we come here. And, to share it together for the last half of our career is pretty awesome.
That's incredible. I know that a lot of the fans, I was speaking to a couple of the fans there, they were really excited and gave you some high praise that you guys were both very well deserving of that. And I echo that when I say that both of you guys, there couldn't be a better choice for leaders on this team.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think Charlie, he's a super underrated player and he works hard every day in and out and he's really deserving of it and I couldn't be happier for him.
I agree. And on January 13th, that was a night that I know the fans are not going to forget, and that's something that I'm definitely 100% sure that you're not going to forget. That was the night that you became the all-time franchise leader in not just goals for the team, but for points. Now, you've had some time to digest. What was it like that night, just being able to see all of your teammates come out and celebrate with you after that big goal?
Honestly, probably one of the coolest moments of my life. Just see the puck go in and kind of like sit back and go, "Wow, I actually kind of just did that." And then have the team on the ice and kind of celebrate with me was really cool to have them all on the ice, knowing they're there to support me. And it was a really cool feeling. And my mom was almost in tears after the game, how happy she was with me. And my dad just said, I'm really proud of you. It's really awesome. And there's a lot of great players that have played in this franchise, so it's pretty cool to be at the top of those ranks.
And now you're up there with the names Owen Tippett, Mikey McLeod, Riley Brace, just to name a few. Was this something that was on your radar prior to the season, like you knew the records were coming up, or was it something that you just kind of found out about earlier this season?
Yeah, I was like going into the year, me and my dad kind of just we went through and kind of just looked around and see what was going on and where I was at, and then when it started getting more realistic, it was like, all right, well, let's do this thing this year. It's your last year, might as well do it now. So, I was happy to get it done.
There you go, and that's I'm sure not just a great feeling for yourself, but for all of the people who have supported you throughout the years as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my family's at every single game. I think my dad's missed one game this year, and it's when we were up in the Sioux. So, they don't miss a lot of games. So to have them in the building for that too is really special.
Oh, and it's always great when you have family in the building, like you say, right? So,
Exactly.
and during the course of the season, obviously, we've seen quite a few changes to the lineup. We've seen some younger guys like Porter Martone, Jack Van Volsen, Justin Dezoti, a lot of those players that got brought in at the trade deadline. Now, being somebody who is a leader on this team, right, and players like that who are younger players, what did you think when they were brought in and compared to what you're thinking of their game now and what they bring to the lineup?
Yeah, obviously it's tough losing some of your really good friends. Three really high end, really good players. But these young kids come in and they want to prove something. They want to show that they got traded, so they want to be at the top of the ranks on our team. And they came in with a great mindset, and they're all playing really well, and it's really helping our team succeed. They're all working really hard every game, every day. So they're really good players, a lot of skill, and this team's future's mix.
And it's funny that you mentioned standings. So now, throughout the course of January going into February, and now with that big win against Sudbury on Saturday night, the Steelheads are now fourth place in the Eastern Conference. Talk a little bit about what that's like, having to be that high up in the standings. Now you're 4 points ahead of Peterborough, I believe.
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, home ice advantage is a big thing in this league, and if we can stick around and finish in fourth place to get home ice against Peterborough will be huge. It's going to be a battle of a series throughout the rest of the year. We still got tons of games left, but we're just going to try and maintain there, or maybe jump up even farther. But just keep winning games. That's all we can really focus on.
And in terms of the games that were the toughest for you this year, was there a specific team or a specific opponent that you had to just kind of tilt your hat to them and say, hey, these guys were tough, but they were fun to play against?
Yeah, it's obviously like, Ottawa's really good. They're really structured. They work really hard. They're a really good team, but like I said, it's not really matter your opponent as long as you go and you work hard every game. You're going to get results. You're going to play well. So, we try and focus on the other team and just focus on us.
And obviously in the spirit of good things happening, it's your overage season. Looking back on, the 5 years that you've been in Mississauga, is there a specific memory that comes to mind that you really just look back and say, I'm going to remember that for the rest of my career and possibly the rest of my life?
Yeah, there's probably a few. I mean, your first game's obviously a big one. I remember playing in Ottawa, and there was a tornado that hit in Ottawa while we were playing that game, and the rink was all foggy, and we almost had to cancel the game. But I ended up scoring my first goal in that game, and that was pretty special, and that was fun. And obviously, breaking the record, that's something I'll never forget. But just the memories you have with the guys, and even just outside the rink and the room, and just all the friendships and bonds that you create over the years is just something special you'll never forget.
10-year anniversary is coming up next year, obviously, because then up next year. When you put on that jersey, when you go out there and you're ready to go out there for the games, ready to warm up and everything like that, what does that mean to you to be able to put on that uniform?
It's just like a dream coming true. When I was younger, going to OHL games, watching the Colts throughout my life, and seeing how mature those guys were and how cool it was to play in that league. And those kids that are sitting up by our tunnel asking for a stick and all that stuff. That was me when I was a kid. So, it's really awesome to see, and it's just honestly an honor just to.
From the time that you got here, would you say that some of the best friendships that you've made came from players who past and present were on this team?
Yeah, 100%. My best friend is Luca, and obviously he got traded on, but it's a friend I'll have for life. We did everything together and we were here. So, same with Charlie Callahan. We came in, we were 16 years old, and we kind of did everything together. There's so many guys that I could shout out right now, but it's just friendships that you're always gonna have. They're always gonna have your back. You ever need anything, you can call them and they'll be there for you. But honestly, it's a great group. It's a great bonding time we have together, and I couldn't be more happy to be here.
And that's great to hear. And honestly, with the amount of incredible talent that this team has, and all of the just great games that have been throughout the season, we're looking forward to seeing some of those amazing games coming up for the rest of the season, whatever short regular season's left, and then into the playoffs as well. James, thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. We're looking forward to speaking to you, hopefully before the end of the season coming up soon. But as always, thanks for coming on and doing this.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.